Hey guys, it's me, Junkie here, and I'm coming at you guys today with a video. And I know this is like my third attempt at making a fucking channel. Regardless, though, today's video is gonna be a different one from the shit that I do. Like normally, I do in the past, I've done like gameplay videos and shit. But for some reason, I felt like I needed to do this, and it's gotten to the point where it's getting really fucking annoying. So I have to do it now. Okay, so I want you guys to just know that this video is entirely opinion based, so if you disagree with me, then you're fucking wrong and you should kill yourself. Just kidding. But, or am I? I don't know. Anyways, so, yeah, so welcome you guys to what we're gonna call the What It's Like to Live in Utah rant or something. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so basically, alright, let's fuck it. Okay, so here's how it is. So if you live in Utah, or you've pretty much, or if you're a religious person, you probably know that in Utah, it's like the most religious place on planet Earth. I mean, other than like a monastery in like Nepal or something. Fuck, I don't know. Anyways, so over here, we've got this thing called the Mormons. It's like a cult. Okay, so let me tell you why. So when my family first moved to where we live now, or to where we lived, I suppose. Either way. So when my family moved here, we were religious. We went to church all the time. You know, we believed in God. We supported everything that the church did. Okay. Now, me, I've never really liked the church. I've never liked going. It was a waste of my Sunday. And honestly, I find it all bullshit. And it was a long time. I hated it. So what I would do is when I was little, I used to hide my church shoes, and I'd hide them, like in my basement or something. So like I'd go out and I'd hide them somewhere so I wouldn't have to fucking go to church. And that's the level that I would go to. And I mean, over time, maybe a year or two since we had moved here, my family stopped believing in the church views. So we decided to leave the church. Okay. Now, you'd think it's all easy fun and games, you know? You just leave and that's it. But no, the Mormon religion doesn't take it that way. They like go into like denial, right? So like they sit there and they're like, fuck, they left the church. Okay? So how it happens is, you know, you leave, and I don't know if this is just my family, but like they started out by sending like missionaries to my house all the fucking time, right? They'd send a ton of them here all the fucking time. Like, you have no idea how many would be here. Okay? So a shit ton of, like, missionaries would come every week, you know, and they'd try to talk to us, and they'd deliver stuff to my older sister because they wanted her to go on a mission and that bullshit. And, like, you think to yourself, wait a minute, didn't the church, like, not want women to do missions, and didn't want blacks to do missions, and yet they're perfectly fine with that now? Like, gotta appeal to the majority, I guess. And like don't get me wrong, you know, if you're a religious person, you know, that's fucking fine, you know, just don't fucking shove it down my throat, okay? Because I literally will fucking hate you, okay? Like, it becomes an issue when you take the religion that you're part of and you try to ruin everybody else with it. Let me tell you how I figured this out, okay? So I have a friend, and he got with this Mormon girl in a relationship because, you know, she seemed really cool and he liked her. You know, it was great. You know, for the first couple of months, it was a fantastic relationship. And, you know, fuck, a couple of months. Like, even that, like, around here, that's fucking hard. Like, people are fucking hoes up here. Shit. Anyways. So we got with her for a couple of months. And then maybe 3 to 4 months in, she started pressuring him about going to church with her family. Okay? And that started to bug him, so, you know, he just asked her to stop, you know, and that's great. For a month, she let it go. And she keeps pressuring him to go to church with him. Now, I don't know if all Mormon girls are like this, because, you know, I've never really dated a Mormon girl to begin with. I don't think I ever will, really. But, I mean, yeah. But it's like, you look at it and you see that just because he didn't go to church and she had to pressure him to go. And, like, that shouldn't be okay in any scenario, regardless, because it's like peer pressure, And then he ended up breaking up with her recently. And literally, like, it's all over the fucking school now. Like, a shit ton of Mormon people that I know, like, they're all giving him shit because he fucking left her ass. Okay? At what point is that okay? Like, they're causing drama and bullshit just because he broke up with her because he doesn't like the fucking church. I mean, it gets worse. Like, you think, like, if that was it, it blows over time, sure. But that's not even the worst part. Like, okay, so when my family left, it was pretty good. Like, they'd send missionaries occasionally, but then there was one day where the missionaries came over and, like, we were outside. We were doing, like, yard work or something. So the missionaries come up and they're like, hey, we just want to let you guys know that the new bishop's going to be stopping by your guys' house next week. And my dad was like, that doesn't work for us. And they were like, okay, well, we'll let him know and we'll plan out a different day. My dad was like, okay, thanks, I guess. So literally next week, on the day that we said wouldn't work, he fucking shows up, okay? Now, I'm hanging out with some friends that live close by, so I can see my house from where I'm at, And I see this, this bishop truck show up, and, this whole family gets out of the fucking car. So I go over there, and I'm looking from, like, across the street, and I realize it's the fucking bishop and shit. So, I go over there, like, and I'm like, get the fuck off my lawn, you Mormon-ass bitch. I yell that from across the street. And, they just look at me, and they just continue going up to the door. So, I text my dad, and I'm like, hey, bishop's here. Don't answer the door. And Dad's like, okay, cool. So my dad just ignores the fact that the bishop comes to the door. And so, I start walking home. And, I get there, and the dude's like, what gives you, why do you think you have the weight, like, why are you yelling at us like that, That's completely immature. And I was like, all right, listen here, motherfucker. This is what's immature. We told you not to come to our fucking house, yet you're here. Get the fuck off our property and don't come back. I can treat you the way I choose because I don't want to be involved with your Mormon cult, nor does my family. Said that. Now, this is like, I was like 13 at the time. I've been a bad kid since like 12. Okay, so maybe even earlier than that. Like, I've known about things since like 2nd grade. Either way, it's that kind of bullshit that gets to me. Like, it's like, and it's not even just like outside, like, of the church. Like, not, it's not just like Sunday stuff. Like, this high school I go to, okay, like, there's cliques. There's like, there's the jocks, there's the nerds, there's the goth kids. There's all that shit. We have Mormon cliques at my school. And I'm not talking about like 4 or 5 Mormon kids that go in there and they read the Bibles at lunch. No, not that shit. But like, okay. So there's this class that I like to eat by, okay? It's upstairs in the building and there's this long hall. And like, throughout the hall, people are eating their lunch and shit, So on my way to this class, if you go from the outside doors into this classroom, you go in and like, there's kids everywhere. Like, you'd have to walk downstairs, which takes a whole other like different staircase to go down, go all the way around, so you don't have to walk through like this fucking minefield of religious Bibles and food and shit. Like, if you step on a kid's Bible, like, he's probably gonna jump up and fucking cast some spell on you, like, shit. So, like, you have to go all the way around, and you go up to the class that you're eating at, and, like, even there's a bunch of religious kids that sit right by the fucking door, okay? And, like, it wouldn't be that big of a problem, but, like, there was one time where I was sitting out there waiting for the teacher to come back because I had to talk to him, And there's these religious kids, they're sitting there eating, they're reading their Bibles. And, I looked over at them and I was like, hey, could you not talk about your religious shit during school? I don't think I said exactly that, but something like that. And she's like, could you be a little more open-minded to things that people are fond of? And I thought to myself, you're a hypocrite. But fuck, I don't like the church. I might as well go kill myself. Fuck, man! No, but, like, you don't even know, okay? There's that shit. And, I mean, other than that shit, like, you'd think it wouldn't be that bad, but it's like, if you're, like, okay, so I've got a friend, right? Another friend. And his family used to be part of the church, because they're his, like, you know, his parents wanted them to go. But, you know, over time, his parents just stopped going because, you know, they're older, right? They're, like, grandparents-wise. So they just didn't have the energy to go all the time. So they stopped going. And, like, you know, the community didn't like him really hanging out with me. But, like, he still did. And over time, he just kind of grew apart from the church, I'd suppose. And he became more like me regardless. And so he's like the whole Mormon community now fucking gives him bullshit because, you know, they fucking hate him now. I don't know why, but that's something like the Mormon religion fucking does around here. I mean, I don't know if it's as bad everywhere else. Like, I've heard it's not very bad, but I mean, here, it's like, dude, fuck. Like, what happens if you come out and you're just like, I'm not part of the Mormon religion? Like, you're gonna get fucking... You're gonna get crucified or something. Regardless, though. So, that, everybody, was the fucking Mormon religious rant. I don't know what we're gonna call it, but fuck. Yeah, so... leave a like, I suppose. If you don't, well, fuck. Good for you. You're a rebel. I like you. Too. Like, fuck, I don't know. If you want to see more of the shit that I do, please subscribe and hit that bell notification so you get notified whenever I post a new video. And, yeah. This is the junkie tying off, so see you guys later.